Welcome back, Reflections. Today is lesson 5, day 5. I am never upset for the reason I think. This idea, like the preceding one, can be used with any person, situation, or event you think is causing you pain. Apply it specifically to whatever you believe is the cause of your upset, using the description of the feeling in whatever term seems accurate to you. The upset may seem to be fear, worry, depression, anxiety, hatred, anger, jealousy, or any number of forms, all of which you will be perceived as different. This is not true. However, until you learn that form does not matter, each form becomes a proper subject for the exercise for the day. Applying the same idea to each of them separately is the first step in ultimately recognizing they are all the same. When using the idea for today, for a specific perceived cause of an upset in any form, use both the name of the form in which you see the upset and the cause which you ascribe to it. For example, I am not angry at blank for the reason I think. I am not afraid of blank for the reason I think. But again, this should not be substituted for practice periods in which you first search your mind for sources of upset in which you believe and forms of upset which you think result. In these exercises, more than in the preceding ones, you may find it hard to be indiscriminate and to avoid giving greater weight to some subjects than to others. It might help to precede the exercises with the statement, there are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. Then examine your mind for whatever is distressing you, regardless of how much or how little you think it is doing so. You may also find yourself less willing to apply today's ideas to some perceived source of upset than to others. If this occurs, think first of this. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purpose of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. Then search your mind for no more than a minute or so and try to identify a number of different forms of upset that are disturbing you, regardless of the relative importance you may give them. Apply the idea for today to each of them, using the name of both the source of the upset as you perceive it and of the feeling as you experience it. Here are some examples. I am not worried about blank for the reason I think. I am not depressed about blank for the reason I think. 3 or 4 times during the day is enough. Here, again, we're letting go of meanings, thoughts, reasonings, and judgment. This is my favorite lesson because here we can see that all sufferings are equally disturbing as well as equally the same. There are no larger or lesser upsets. Do not discriminate. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind, and all we truly desire is peace. So identifying and holding on to upsets are keeping you from your peace. This is the practical application for seeing that you're never upset for the reason you think. And for whatever reason you think you are upset, they are not different in form. For example, being angry is no different than being worried. Being worried is no different than being scared. Being scared is no different than being happy. They're all alike in this manner because what it really is that you do not feel the peace. So the first step is recognizing that all upsets are the same. The second step is to realize that there are no small upsets. They're all equally disturbing to your peace of mind. The third step is realizing you cannot keep one upset, as in, let's say, sadness, and let all the others go. And you can't let one go and keep the others. So you have to be willing to regard them all as the same so you can let them all go. And lastly, recognizing the source of the upset as you see it and the feeling it brings as you experience it. So for example, Susie. Susie's anxiously crying. She's sad and angry because her husband Joe is yelling at her and controlling what she does, what she says. So this is what she would say. I am not angry at Joe for the reason I think. I am not afraid of Joe for the reason I think. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. So for the purpose of this exercise, I will regard them all as the same. So Susie is perceiving to be controlled, and she's feeling or experiencing anxiety. So she would say this: I am not worried or sad about being controlled for the reason I think. I am not anxious about being controlled for the reason I think. I am not angry for the reason I think. So fill in the blanks and let all of the reasoning go.